Not entirely sure I qualify to play some ZZ Top stuff or Billy Gibbons licks this week just through lack of facial hair. But that aside, we have 5 licks taken from Gimme All Your Lovin by ZZ Top, and these will bring in some nice flavours into a major pentatonic, so bringing in that major third from time to time as well will help you out. So if you do like this, please do consider liking, sharing, subscribing and hitting that bell button for all the future notifications, and visiting all my socials for detailed and sometimes not so detailed posts every now and then. You will find my tab for this on my webpage that is, which is dansguitar.com, and that's all linked below, and also my Patreon page for jamming tracks, lessons and other things that you will not find here on YouTube. There you go, that's it. Let's jump straight in with those licks, and also say thanks to Charlie and Johns for my strings. Lovely jubbly, handmade USA strings. There you go, link below, 10% off as well if you go and get them soon. Right, nice one. Here come the licks. So double stop 3 on the A and D strings. Okay, then you go to the D and G, and that's double stop as well, so I'm using the same finger for both strings. 2 strikes, going to the 3rd fret G, and then 5th fret again, double stop D and G for the 4th fret with vibrato. And then you hold that into bar 2, striking it again on the 2nd beat of bar 2, and then 2 strikes of the 5 on the 3rd string. So okay, there you go, that's that first couple of bars out of the way. Then on the end of the 2nd bar, you're sliding into the 5 on the double stop of D and G excuse me, and then bar 3 we go 3rd fret 1st string with the 5th fret on that 2nd string, added vibrato if you can, and then you've got a semitone bend bringing in that major 3rd from the 4th fret of the 2nd string. So going to the 6th, 5 on the 3rd string, and then 4th fret again. First time as it is, 2nd time staccato as well. 2nd time you are playing the 4th fret but bending that the semitone to bring in the major 3rd, and then 3/5 on the 3rd string, taking your vibrato to the max if you can on that last part. Lick number 1, slow, goes like this: 3 and 4 and something like that. Anyway, that is lick number 1. Let's move to lick number 2. Nice and simple this one, and you're bringing in the C triad, that's on the 2nd string, 3rd string and 4th string, all on the 5th fret, 1 finger barring across all 3. Now you're not going to need that initially, but the first one you strike just the D and the G. Then the 2nd time you play this is all in bar 1 so far, you've got this grace note where you strike those 3, hence keeping all 3 down at the same time, then quickly hammer on the 7 and the 6. So the 7 is on the D string, 6 is on the B. So you get that like that. Okay, so the first couple of beats is 1. Okay, now after the hammer on, you keep your fingers where they are and then strike that again. So you should end up with an F kind of triad on this. And then you come back to the barred 5th fret and play string B and G at the same time, and then string D and G at the same time. So it gives you different dynamic and different sound even though you're using the same notes. Then we're into the C blues scale, and we end up with your. So that is 11th fret on your second string, and then 2 strikes of the 8 on the first string, back to the 11 bend on the second string, to the 8 straight away on the first string, roll that across to 8 on the second, back to the 8 on the first, back to the 8 on the second. Let's play that slower for you now. So it goes 3 and 4 and 1. So you start this with a semitone bend from the 10th fret, this second string. Then you've got 8 first, 8 second, going to the full tone bend of your 10th fret on the third string this time. Going to the 8 on the second, full tone bend up, let down on the 10th fret third string. Going to the 8 on that same string, then it's 10 10 on the A string, and then you've got 2 strikes of the 8 on the D string. Second one is with a pinch harmonic, and then the next part is kind of using that pinched harmonic to slide through from the 10 to the 8 on the A string, going to the 6. Well, it says full tone on the tab, but I would say it's more of just a general bend, and when you need to release it onto the 8th fret of the thick string, then do so, but don't worry about it going full tone. So going to the 10 on the D string, and then it's, so that part is 8 on the D, 10 on the A, but the 10 on the A is muted, palm muted. Okay, and that's your finishing note of 8 with a blues curl on the third string, and then 10 on your D. Okay, slowly-ish for you now. It goes 3, 4, and... Let's move on to lick number 4. Yeah, you gotta love this one, right? Starts with the 6th fret on the A string. I'm not 100% sure if this is exactly how he plays it, so disclaimer right there. But basically you're bending the E flat note on that A string. So now I've set a full tone on the tab, but whether you get a chance to actually make this a full tone bend, I don't know, but try and get as close as you can to that full tone bend. Then you have 2 strikes after the bend of 3 and 3. Now use your first finger, D string, G. So and you do that basically 5 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you're into a power chord, which is the C power chord itself. So that's 3 and 5 A and D strings. Slide it up to the 15, and then slide it back down. So it's like into that next part of the lick, which is 3 5 D string, 3 5 third string G, back to the D, and then 5 on the D, G, sorry. 5 on the D, and then with that blues curl or a semitone almost on that 4th fret second string, and then 5th fret, add vibrato onto that at the end and leave it at that. I'll play it slowish for you now, and it goes something along the lines of this. 2, 3, 4. There you have it. Right, let's move on to the final lick, lick number 5. So this is the intro lick from the song, and you start this with a double stop. But you're only bending the 2nd string, keeping the 8th fret on the 1st string where it is, so the 11th fret 2nd string, and then you hold that, and when you get into the 2nd bar, add that vibrato on top. Now that's going to be quite tricky if you're not used to bending and vibrato at the same time. So practice that slowly and keep it sort of fairly true to the stamina of your wrist, as it were. Then you've got the lick, which is lovely anyway, just one that you should use daily because it's just so flipping great, which is 8 on the 1st string, 11, 8, 2nd string. You can pull that off or pick it, your call. And then you have the 10 full tone bend 3rd string, 8 2nd, 8 on the 1st, and then back into the double stop bend if you can, or just the 1 note bend on that 11th fret on the 2nd string. I'll play it slow. I'm not sure I need to, but I'll play it slow anyway. So here we go. 3, 4, and 1. 1, 2. 1, 2. Etc, etc. I'll hand you back to me just to sign it all off. See you later. Right, at the end again. So you found out that Billy Gibbons is just absolutely flipping amazing, right? There you are. If you didn't know that already, if you did know it, great. If you didn't, then now you've learned. There you are. If you do like this, please do consider liking, sharing, subscribing, hitting that bell button for the future notifications, and visiting my website for the free guitar tab and my Patreon page for lessons, jamming tracks and other things that you will not find here on YouTube. Please do visit Charlie and John's for your strings. There is a 10% off code in that description pane below, and you will not be disappointed because they sound great. I really enjoy using these strings. Not much more to say about it really. So there you go. Right, much more coming up very soon, but I'll leave you with that now. So I bid you all farewell. Take care everyone, and enjoy growing the beard a little bit longer. I'm not sure I will. I might get off later on. See you later.